SUV. See your local Ford dealer today.
We
made it to 19 degrees, all the way up from 0 or below yesterday. It's still very cold out there, and it is an AccuWeather alert day, so let's get right over to Greg for a look at that forecast. Hey, Greg.
Okay, so I'm out. I'm ready for this weather. I got my teddy bear coat on. Yeah, and it's not too thin. It keeps me warm. Black. I'm all black out here in these streets, trying not to be noticed out here. Working on call. So I got my hair. Oh, one thing I do is I bring a ponytail holder in case I got to put these braids in a ponytail holder, because it ain't like doing no wound care and braid flop up in there. Boop. Nope. So your ponytail, keep ponytail holder in your pocket. Okay, so I used to do when I worked in the hospital, I always kept a ponytail holder and some barbie pins or hair pins in my pocket, just in case. Got to pin something up when you work, because you know you want to be cute working. Oh, I'm finna take you with me on a ride, seeing patients in the city of Chicago. I can't take you in their houses because that's a HIPAA violation. Okay, so I'm on my way. A few visits. Like I said, I am an on-call nurse, and I work on-call 12-hour shifts on some weekends. And so when I work that 12-hour shift, I start at 5 a.m. and then I end at 5 p.m. So sometimes when I'm on call, I might get a lot of calls, and then I might not get any calls. So it works out. It balances itself out. Today I haven't got any. Usually what happens is they will schedule me like 3 visits. I'm in my car, let my car warm up right now. So I got to be vigilant, and I'm at home. And I might get like 3 visits to make if I don't get bombarded with a whole bunch of urgent calls, because the role of an on-call nurse is to go out for urgent calls, emergencies, and priority calls. Okay, somebody might pass away. I will go out and I will pronounce them, and I will call the funeral home, and I will do all that stuff for the family, and I will help them, and I will be there to, you know, help them with the grieving process. So that is my role. But if it's not busy in that sort, they give me some visits to do for nurses that work, that have a regular schedule, because as an on-call nurse, I have no patients. They're not my patients. They're my patients, but they're not assigned to me. So I have people that a nurse might not have seen them during the week, maybe yesterday, because today is Saturday, maybe Friday, she got bombarded with too many visits, and they'll give it to me, like, could you make this visit today on Saturday, because, you know, I already talked to the family, they know you coming, so just call them. Some people don't like to get called early for regular visits. So if it's not any urgent calls, I usually start calling them around 9-10 o'clock to see if I can come out to see them. And like I said, I give like a 3-hour window, because especially with this job, you have to give them a 3-hour window. And I also tell them, if anything changes, I'll give you a call, because anything can happen. They could send me for an urgent call, and then I'm on my way to them. I have to go and leave from going to them, get diverted, and go to the urgent call. So that's another thing I do. I give them 3-hour window, and I also let them know that I'll call you if anything changes, because things change quite frequently doing this job. I could be good like right now, and then hey, my phone start blowing up, and I have to go do those urgent things first. Those take precedence over regular visits. So yes, my shift, I might, like I said, one day, like I worked on Christmas, and I'm thinking like, because usually on holidays it be kind of slow. Not Christmas Day. I worked Christmas Day. We did a party at my house on Christmas Eve for the family, and then I worked Christmas Day. I did go to my parents' house that evening after I got off call, and but other than that, during the day, I worked out on call, and I'm thinking it's gonna be slow. It ain't gonna be busy. It's Christmas. It's a holiday. People with their families. I thought wrong. It was the busiest day I did in a long time. I had so many calls it didn't make no sense. I was like, what is going on? It's Christmas. Well, Christmas don't stop emergency. So I worked my butt off on Christmas. But doing on-call is very unpredictable. If you're not an unpredictable person, you don't like emergency, you don't like surprises, on-call is not the job for you. Because I get a lot of unpredictable stuff going on. I get a lot of emergencies going on. I could think like this always happen. Saturday night, on a Friday night or whatever, or a Saturday night, because I do Saturday and Sunday on call. Not every Saturday, Sunday, okay? But when I do Saturday and Sunday, and I would think like on a Saturday evening, I might have some friends over. We might be kicking the bobos or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it'll be cool. They call me at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day. I'll be like, now if I ain't do nothing, I probably won't even get a call at all. But when I do something, that's why I don't even do nothing no more. Because it's like when I do, well, in the summertime, but now it's cold outside, I don't even really do anything. Because if I'm on call that next day, when I do something, I'm guaranteed to get a call at 5 a.m. I'm guaranteed. In fact, they call me at 4:30 and tell me this is the call I got to do at 5. Okay? So it's very unpredictable. One day you might, like I said, you might get bombarded with a whole bunch of calls all over the city of Chicago, and then the next time you won't get nothing. When them calls come in, it look like they don't stop. They be back to back, emergency this, emergency that. I'm like, man, okay, calm down. I'm getting there. I'm gonna get there. But yeah, it's an unpredictable job. I'm just joking around now, but it's very unpredictable. If you're not that type of person that likes surprises and unpredictability, don't do this type of job, because you will be surprised. You get days like that where you make that money and you ain't got to do no work, and then you get the days where, hell, you gonna make up for what you didn't do the last time you was on call. You gonna make up for that and then some. So it's one of those jobs like that, but it balances itself out, I guess. Okay, so I'm at Starbucks, and I'm finna order my latte. I'm in the line. People are not answering their phone right now, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying.
Hi there, sorry about that. What's your order whenever you're ready?
Yes, I want to get a grande chai tea latte with
ice.
I wanted ice with no ice.
Ice grande chai with no ice, no problem. What else?
Yes, and then I want to get almond milk with it.
Okay.
And only 2. How many pumps do you all put of the chai tea syrup in there?
4.
Give me 2.
Okay, you got it. Anything else?
That's it.
$5.97. Come on, John. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's see how this tastes. This is gonna be my first time with this chai tea. They said they do 4 pumps in a grande chai tea latte. I get it iced with no ice. I don't really like it hot. I do hot at home because I buy from Trader Joe's, but here I get it iced with no ice. I know that sounds crazy. Iced with no ice. So they're gonna make it with ice, but they're not gonna put no ice in my cup. And I don't get any more foam or anything on it because I'm trying to cut back the calories. So I got it with almond milk, and I got it with 2 pumps. She said 4, so give me 2. We're gonna cut that down in half, see how that tastes. Hopefully it tastes good. Hopefully. We will see. I just made it to Trader Joe's, so I'm gonna go in Trader Joe's right now. But I just want to do a quick little story, a quick little talk about nurses. Since I'm a nurse, I could say it. Why do some nurses become a nurse and they really don't even want to be no nurse? I just don't understand it. Like, I cannot stand, and it's a lot of nurses out here like this. I guess the more education you get, the higher you get, you feel like you too good to like clean a patient or touch a patient. I know when I was the manager at a nursing home, I was the manager of a nursing home, 54-bed unit, the rehab unit, where the people came from the hospital and they stayed there to build themselves back up, get their mobility, and they do the physical therapy, occupational therapy, and then they went home. Most of the time they went home. I ran a unit like that, and I had now all my nurses and my CNAs on my unit. I loved them to death. We bumped heads initially. We did bump heads initially, but we end up being the best of good of friends. We all work together. But my motto was, you cannot think you're too good to touch people. Some nurses do walk around and they will literally, the patient will be like, oh, could you give me some water? They'll walk past the damn water fountain, water thing, and they will call a CNA to go get their patients some water. Like, you couldn't just take a few minutes and get your patient some water. Like, I worked with nurses like that at the hospital, and I had nurses at the nursing home like that. They call a CNA for everything. Like, you don't got to call your CNA. You don't got to call them for everything. You could do some stuff yourself. I know that since I'm an on-call nurse and I go to the people's house, my job is to make the patient comfortable. So if I walk in the house and it's a little old lady there with her husband, I'm going to clean him up. I'm going to clean him up. I'm going to put fresh linen on his bed, and I'm going to make sure he's comfortable. I'm not walking out the house and leave him like that. Or her. I'm just giving an example. I'm not going to do it because my job is to make them comfortable. And if they land in incontinence, poop, or urine, that's not comfortable. So I'm not finna leave them like that. I don't care what title I got. I'm a person. What the hell is these girls running for at Trader Joe's? I done saw them run around twice. But anyway, as a nurse, some nurses feel like, oh, I don't do CNA work. Well, hell, I was a CNA first, and then I became a RN. And no, I'm not too good to do it. You know, this is what I signed up for. I'm not going to leave nobody in pee. I'm not going to leave nobody in poop. I'm going to make sure they straight. That's how wounds start. But it is nurses out here. I guarantee you, it's a lot of them. They won't touch nobody. I'm a nurse, and I don't do that no more. I don't do that. I'm not dealing with no poop, and I'm not dealing with no vomit. Don't become a nurse then. Because the first semester of nursing is CNA. Okay? So I just never had that mentality. I guess that's why God always blessed me, because I always had the mentality that the patient is a whole person, and I'm going to do what I need to do for them. If they need to be cleaned, I'm going to clean them. Now, remind you, if I'm having a rough day and I got a lot going on, and then I'm going to have to get your assistance. But if I'm in a room and something going on, I'm not going to leave out the room and go get nobody to do it. I'm just going to do it myself. When I worked in the hospital, I can't remember if it's 22, 23 years, but I worked in there a long time. And half of it, the beginning of it, I was a CNA. Then at 2004, I became an RN. But as a nurse, I would go in the room, and before I pass my meds, I get my patients up in a chair. Come on, y'all, let's get up. We're not going to hug this bed. I'm going to get them in a chair, and I'm going to sit them at the bedside. I used to put the basin in front of them, put all their stuff in front of them so they could shave. You know, people who can do it themselves. I put the shaving cream, the little basin right there, the mirror, because they had a little mirror on the bedside table where they could see. Set all that up for them. We're going to let them have some dignity. We're going to help them get better. Laying in the bed, you're not going to get better just laying in the bed all day. Now, some people can't get up. But the people that can get up, get them up out the bed, sit them in a chair, walk them to the bathroom. That is a part of your care. I used to get them up. Come on, let's walk to the bathroom. Let's go to the bathroom. Walk them to the bathroom. Stand outside the room, out the bathroom while they're using it. Then when they ready, I'm ready. Okay, I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. I done had their sheets changed and everything while they in the bathroom. I done put clean linen on their bed. I said, okay, we going to sit in the chair now. Walk them back to the chair. Let them sit in the chair. Put the basin. Come on now. You going to wash up. I do your back. I do whatever you can't reach. But let's wash up. Some of them walk them to the shower. But if they just want to do a little bedside washing, let them wash up. Bring the shaving cream. Let them shave. Bring the comb for the ladies. Let them comb their hair. Put on some makeup. Give them their purse so they can put the makeup on. We gonna do something. We're not just going to lay in this bed. Okay? I don't believe in that. They sit up. Then if they want to lay back down and, before the afternoon or in the afternoon after they've been up for a while, then we get you back in the bed. But the bed is clean. The sheets is changed. I give them clean gown, clean towels. They good. Some nurses don't even do that. These new nurses, they not touching you. They not getting you no water. They not getting you no basin. They not walk you to the bathroom. They calling CNA. Hey, CNA, come on. Such, could you come do this? Now, remind you, you cannot, as a nurse, do it all the time. But I was known, me and the nurse people that we the old school. We was the old school nurses on the union. And the CNAs be like, I love when y'all work. Y'all help us out so much. Them old lazy other nurses. They said it all the time. Because they knew we was right there. We was in your spot. So we not going to sit here and act like we too good. Okay? But some of these nurses, baby, they won't touch you. They barely want to get your blood pressure to touch you. Well, what did you become a nurse for if you ain't won't touch nobody? My daughter was like, when she was younger, she was like, I don't know if I want to be a nurse like you, Ma, but I don't like feet. I said, well, don't be no nurse. Then do something else, because you don't like feet. You got to touch the feet. I look between my patients' feet to see, especially diabetics, see if they got any wounds had between them feet. It done been plenty of times I done open up them toes and sore down there, up in there. So you got to look up at the feet. If you ain't going to look at the feet, then don't be no nurse. If you ain't going to look at their butt, don't be no nurse. If you ain't going to look around and look at their body and their skin and make sure everything is okay, don't be no nurse. I'm sick of people getting in this profession and they not in it for the right reason. They think that let me tell you something, the money we make, nurses do make good depending on what you do. But hell, let me tell you something, if this is because I want to do this. Other than that, the money ain't nothing compared to some of the stuff we do. Don't be no nurse because your friend a nurse. Don't be no nurse because you think you want to work in a hospital. Don't be no nurse for no stupid reason. Be a nurse because this is what you want to do. I always wanted to be a nurse when I was younger, but I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I didn't have anybody around me that was a nurse. So it was like a dream that I didn't think I could accomplish. I didn't have people like that around me say, girl, you could be a nurse. So I had to do it on my own. I was the first nurse in my family as far as my mother's side. On my daddy's sisters are nurses. My daddy got a lot of medical people on his side of the family, but on my mom's side, which I was the most closest to, we didn't have anybody in the medical field. People grew up on the south side of Chicago, and on my block, I didn't see no nurses. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm a smart girl. I'm going to do it. And I went on ahead and did it. Because this is something I want to do since I was a kid. And I always the person that was getting herbs. Even as a teenager, I always was doing herbal stuff and medical stuff. I remember I went to GNC when I was young and bought that big nutritional book to learn about herbs and things like that. So this is something that even when I was young, before I even said I was going to go to nursing school, this is something I was doing. But I always wanted to be a nurse. I just left Trader Joe's. And now I'm on my way to my first visit because now everybody's woke now. It's in the middle of, it's out here. So this area right here, it's like that block she lives on is okay, but the next block over, a few blocks over, you might be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that block is all right. The next block, oh no, I shouldn't get off right here. So yeah, so I'm on my way to my first visit now. Hopefully, I can knock these visits out the box. Don't get any, I ain't gonna even say it because I don't want to jinx myself. But I'm gonna knock these visits out the box that they gave me, and then I'm gonna head on back home. Okay, I just did my first visit. Now I'm on my way to my second visit. My camera charged a little bit while I was making my rounds. Right now I'm trying to do a death call visit, but it's first of all, there's no parks in this neighborhood in Chicago, none. I don't went over them. I'm not going over that far. Okay, I'm not doing it. So I just called them and said, this is what y'all can do. One of the family members can leave out for a second, let me park while I do what I need to do, and then they can pull back once I'm done, because I don't have to stay with them. A chaplain usually come and relieve, so because I'm busy, so I told them they could do that. So they're trying to do that while I'm circling the block, pull out. Heck, I'm just so sick. I gotta give me a mount. I just gotta get it. But anyway, yeah, so the family is gonna pull out the parking spot because I done rode 2 blocks and I ain't saw, but I'm not walking that far. It's too dangerous, okay? But the family, I done drove 2 blocks and still didn't see a park. So the family is it's a gang of family members over there saying they last goodbyes, and they still could do it because after I do what I need to do, still gonna take some time for the funeral home to come. So Let me come in, pull out the spot. Let me come in, do what I need to do, and then you can pull back in. But I can't find a park, so that's one of the things that I talked about that in one of my other videos. That happens, and then if you're working on call during the night, hey, we ain't playing that. You're gonna have to do something, because yeah, it's rough out here in these streets of Chicago, baby. The gremlins be out. The gremlins do not care what's going on. Oh man, I think that's how you call me. Is that you? I think that's her calling me. Hi, today, let's just sum it up. I had a death call, a symptom call, which is when somebody's in distress, and then I had to drain somebody's Plerex catheter, and then I had just a regular visit that a nurse probably couldn't get to yesterday. So it was actually very good. Everybody was nice. The families did very well with the death. She had all our loved ones there, and like I said, that's the best thing. Now I'm going to go in the house. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is LaConda with Nurse Talk. So today is Sunday, and this is my second day on call. And I did a video yesterday showing a day in the life with me on. It's going to be my last day on call for a while. So I'm going to take you guys with me. Today's Sunday. I just got a priority call. A priority call is like an urgent call. That means you got to go right away. So I was literally in the bed when they called me. It's now 11:57. So I got up, showered, and put my clothes on, which is kind of bad to shower and just jump on right outside in this weather. But today it's not bad here in Chicago. Let me see what the weather is today. So today is about 25 degrees. Hey, that's better than what we've been getting. Some people like 25 degrees. Yeah, 25 degrees today, okay? That's better than what it was. And put my seatbelt on. The call I got, I really think the person is on their way home to Jesus. But, yeah, so I'm going to go out there and just make sure the family knows what to do. Make sure funeral home stuff is in place. I'm going to make sure the families that hasn't came, see if they can come now. And say their last goodbyes. Some people will literally not pass away. They will hold on to the person they want to see come. I saw it a lot in these last 6 years, or 5.5, however long I've been working for them. People will hold on until the loved one that they want to see come. I remember this lady, she was holding on, baby, to that daughter. They couldn't get in touch with the daughter. The daughter said phone went dead or something. They finally got in touch with that daughter. That daughter got over there. All them other people was there. It was so many people at this house. And the daughter finally came and kissed her mama, told her she loved her. That was the youngest daughter. She was the baby daughter. And she came and loved all over her mama and kissed her and told her mama you could go ahead and go home. And her mama went home right after. Literally, she closed her eyes and that was it. So sometimes people, loved ones, they'll hold out to a family member come from out of town. That's not the case all the time, but I saw it. Like, they hold on. They hold on. They want to see people they want to see. And then they go. And they let go. But right now, that is really what's going on. That is my call. My call is the symptoms that his wife gave me was the symptoms that lets me know that it's time, it might be time he's gonna be passing away very soon. And some of those symptoms are a fever. Before people pass away, they get a fever, a high fever. And then of course those respiratory symptoms, those breathing patterns change. So that's what's kind of going on with him right now. And I've saw him in the past before. Like I said, you know, I don't have any patients, but I do see these patients sometimes more than once because I work on call. So I might get them on a call. So I've saw him before, and he's totally different than he was. What is my son? They always call. Now you just saw my son calling me now. And he just saw me leave out, told him I had a priority call, and he and now he calling me. What you calling me for, dude? He saw something. He probably, I don't know. But anyway, I'm at Starbucks right quick, right by my house. And I'm going to place my order again today. Get something to give me a kick because I am a little tired. I had a book club meeting last night, and it went on for a long time. We had been off for our Christmas break, so this was our first meeting in a while, and we just was catching up on everything, and we did it on Zoom. We did our book club meeting on Zoom, and it was kind of fun, you know, we went in person, but with the Samarian and stuff going around, we can't do it in person, but it was quite fun. And a few people in the book club is nurses, nurse practitioners, then we have people that do other things, but we just decided to just do it Zoom, you know, even though we could have worn a mask, but no, I just want to be safe. So that was fun, and that went over late, very, very late. So I was a little tired this morning because we had to have our wine. We have wine at our book clubs. Initially, we started this book club, I think we started this book club in like 2004. I might be wrong with the date, but that's a long 2005 or something like that. 2005. So we did the book club for years with the same people, most of the same people. We got a few new people. We did the book club for years, and then we stopped it because at the time, me and my mom, we opened up a business. We had a dry cleaning business and a resale shop, and then my other friend, she went back to school to do to be a nurse practitioner. Two of them went back to school to do advanced nursing, nurse practitioner, and CCRN. And hold on one second. Just gonna get the chai tea latte again today, ice with no ice, with almond milk, and just two pumps of the chai tea syrup, and one shot of espresso in there. I did get a shot of espresso in my chai tea latte. I want to see how it tastes now, and then I'm going to see how it tastes after it sit for a while. Because yesterday I felt, and I might be wrong, but I felt that after I let it sit for a few minutes, it tastes better. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting used to this because it's starting to be my drink now. This is going to be my drink. Because it tastes okay today. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little used to it. Okay, so what happened was I had a visit, and the patient, I said earlier in my video that in my vlog that the patient seemed like they was gonna be going home to pass away. And so I was over there for a while. You know, I was trying to get his breathing together, because if you breathing fast like that, that's not a good death. So I did accomplish that, getting that down some. And so he was comfortable, and then I left. I knew I was gonna be coming back like soon, because it just seemed that it was gonna be real soon, but I didn't know it was gonna be that soon. I got a couple of blocks away. I had went in a store a couple of blocks away in Walgreens, and then the family called me back. I was only like a few blocks away. They was like, I think he's gone. I don't know. One of the family members. So I came back, and yes, he was gone. So I'm glad I wasn't far. Got that out the way, and I called the funeral. We had already talked about a funeral home. They didn't, when I first came, they didn't know a funeral. They didn't even know it was this is what was about to happen. You know, she kind of didn't want to know, because she didn't want to let him go. They've been together for a long time, the wife. So she was not ready. She was not ready for this information. So at the initial visit before he passed away, I said, you know, I told her to step out the room, because I don't talk, even though the patients are like in a coma state, I don't talk in front of them. I do not talk in front of them about that. So I said, you know, we stepped out the room and went in the living room, and I told her, I said, you know, it's time. And she said, what do you mean it's time? I said, he's about to go. And, you know, I do this with compassion. I don't do it like I'm talking to you all. I do it with a lot of compassion. And she just broke down crying. And then she finally, you know, the other family members which were helping her, they was like, well, do you think it's going to be real soon, like today? I said, I can never tell you the exact time and day, but I honestly do believe it's going to be today, and I think it's going to be soon. This is what I told them. And I said, do you all have funeral arrangements and everything in place? And she was like, no, he didn't have anything in place. So I said, well, you all going to have to think about what you're going to do, and you won't have to think fast, because it's coming. And usually when you get on hospice now, the social worker meet with you, chaplain and all that. So they make regular visits. So just because they didn't have things in place don't mean people didn't do their job. Because a lot of times the family won't even go there. They don't even want to talk about it, you know. Especially people who are not very in tune with hospice care, who don't really understand it, or some people think hospice is you just want my family to die. So sometimes they have these barriers up when people try to talk to them about, because I know when I go out after patient, if they send me out to do assessment, we do assessments after they first admit, and I talk to the family about stuff, but you got to take it easy, because they new on service, and you know, and you got to try to fill them out and see where they head at, because sometimes they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it at all. They don't want to discuss it at that point. And so we give it a little time, and we try to go back and discuss it again. So and she definitely was that type that she didn't want to discuss that. She didn't want to go there. She did not want to accept it, because I came out before and saw her, and she wasn't trying to hear it. So when you got family like that, it's really nothing you could do if they got those walls and those barriers put up. And so, and this is what the result of that is, that you have to kind of do some rushing at the end, like trying to get things together, like we did today. So after I told them that it was going to be soon, that's when she started calling family members, and then all of a sudden all the family start coming and showing up, because I've been there for a long time. And so the family started showing up, trying to get it. I was there for a long time trying to get his breathing under control. And so I asked her, I said, do you need help from the social? Because we have every time somebody's on call, it's an on-call doctor with you. It's an on-call social worker, on-call chaplain. So I said, do you want me to call the social worker so they could give you all some recommendations? Because they wanted cremation. That's what he always talked about. So she said, well, he want cremation, but we always use a certain funeral home. And I said, well, won't you just give them a call right quick while I'm doing this? This is another family member that's helping her. And ask them, because some funeral homes do cremations as well as regular funerals. And so she was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So she went and called them, and they said, yes, we do that. And so they said they do that. So they told them what was going on, and so that was in place. So now we got the funeral home in place that's gonna come pick him up. That's gonna come pick him up when he passed away. So I talked to the doctor, and I got some orders changed, and I, implemented those orders that I got changed, and it started to help him kind of calm down with the breathing a little bit. And so I thought it was okay. I said I could leave, but I told them, I said, if anything changed, just call us right back. I'm gonna be on this side of town, so I'll just be right back. And so what happened was, I left for about 15 minutes, and they didn't call the service, they called my cell phone personally. So I had to let them know what was going on, my job. I emailed them and told them what was going on. I had to double back. And so when I got in there, they didn't know for sure. So what we do is we take that stethoscope out, and we listen to the heart rate. We listen to the apical heart rate, apical, APICAL heart rate. You listen, and you listen for a while, because you want to make sure. I do a lot of things because I don't want to be one of them nurses that sends somebody that's still alive. So I listened for a long time. I actually listened twice because she didn't want to believe it. His wife, she was like, no, don't tell me this. And I'm like, yeah. And so I listened again for another minute and nothing, no sounds, nothing. And so, that's when, you know, she broke down real bad, and I kind of called the funeral home. I talked to the family, said, so how long you all think, you know, you all want him to stay here with you all? And they said, give us, 2 hours. Well, 4 hours is the length of time 4 hours is the maximum length of time that we really could allow them to stay. So, in the home. So 2 hours was okay. And so I called them, the funeral home, let them know what had happened, because they already had them on their, the family had already called them anyway. So I just called them to give them the information that me as the on-call nurse supposed to give them. Doctor will be signing a death certificate and all that information. So I did that. And like I said, funeral home people, the people that work for the funeral homes are very nice, always nice and pleasant and professional, and I like that. Mostly all of them. I really, since 2015, I've never had I don't think I've ever ran into a bad funeral home like this. None of them. All races, because different races use their own funeral home people. Like if you're Hispanic or Latin or Latina, that's usually what they use, that type of funeral home. And if you're different cultures, they use their funeral homes in their culture. So I've never had, with all different cultures, I've never had any rude funeral home people. They're always nice and pleasant and professional. So that's a good thing, because what we deal with sometimes, we do deal with unprofessionalism. But I'm trying to see how much time I got. I might only got about 5-10 more minutes to talk before I gotta pack everything up to go to this next patient house. I got a few emergencies today. These next 3 calls are all emergency calls. I'm prioritizing them against what needs to be done for them. So the last emergency call, it is an emergency, but they're at a facility with nurses, so I don't have to get there right away because they're taking care of whatever till I get there. I do go to facilities, nursing homes, hospitals to see our patients. So I do have to do that. We do have patients on service at hospitals and nursing homes. So I have to go to those facilities as well. So that's what I got to do for that last emergency call. They're stable, but I do have to do assessment on them. But this next one, family kind of anxious. When I was dealing with the death, they was calling me, and I told them, just give me a minute, I'm gonna get there as soon as I can. It's not like an urgent, like 911 type of situation, but it's urgent. So today is busy. So I'm going to end the vlog now. I couldn't get back on camera after that patient that I last talked about. It was just so bad today. Today was like one of the worst days I've had in a long time. I mean, this was really bad today. So I'm going to take it in for the night. I'm going to lay down and get some sleep, or either watch Power. That's what I was planning on doing, watching Power tonight. So look out for my next video. I'm probably gonna do a work with me from home video, because like I said, I work from home Monday through Friday as a nurse. So yeah, I won't be back in the field for another 2 weeks. So like, share, subscribe, and tune in. Thank you.
Keep on walking straight.